We're at Bear Mountain Resort, home of the most grueling 10K run in Canada. I'm with race director Nick Walker. Now, Nick, tell me, why is this event so tough?
The undulation, the constant twists and turns and steep climbs, being not on roads. It is on pavement, but they can have really, really steep pitches because you don't have to drive cars on it, so it makes it very, very challenging, both up and down.
Now, how long have you been doing this, and how many people typically come out for this event?
This is our 12th year doing it. We usually get about 400 to 500 participants, and we're sitting at about 560 right now. And so it's a great turnout for people that want to punish themselves.
And what kind of mix do you get? Because I see a whole variety of folks there, all different ages too.
Yeah, we have from 10 years, probably even younger than that, to 80 years old, pole walkers to the elite runner. So it's really a challenge for everybody.
Okay, and you're also raising some money for a very good cause here. Tell me about that.
We are. We're raising funds for the Shoes for Youth program, which is a program that helps to provide footwear for underprivileged youth so that they can participate in sport.
What do you have to gain from the event, and what do you see the future of it being?
It's a great way to just keep people active. This isn't usually the nicest time of year, and so there's not too many events. And it's a great way to interact with the hotel and local businesses around here to bring people out and keep them active in the area.
Well, thanks for talking to us. We're going to have much more coming up from this event, but before we get to that, we're actually going to meet a couple of very hot Junior A prospects. Victoria Grizzlies are looking for a championship season, and with a well-balanced roster and a couple of hot prospects in the form of Alex Newhook and Jason Alexander, they might just get there. Just ask veteran bench boss Greg Dittman.
We're a good hockey club. We got 4 scholarships already to start the season, and we got a number of more coming for sure. We're more of a veteran team with 13 veteran players, as well as we got a lot of young players in real key positions.
One of those young players is 16-year-old rookie Alex Newhook, already committed to Boston College for the fall of 2019 and projected to be a sought-after pro draft pick in 2 years. Originally from the East Coast, he's come a long way in a short time.
I started off playing hockey, around when I was 4, St. John's, Newfoundland. And yeah, hockey's just always been pretty big in my family and in my community and stuff like that. So that's just kind of how I got into it. Then when I was 14, I moved away to St. Andrews College in Aurora, Ontario. I played 2 years there, last year and the following year, and then leads me to this year. So kind of came up through the ranks in Newfoundland and then moved away when I was 14 and been away ever since. Came here, it was kind of a good option for me. I have an aunt that lives in Victoria, so it kind of worked out that way that I could make everything work, guardianship-wise and whatever.
His agent was really strong in wanting him to play in the BCHL and keeping his NCAA rights available as he's going to Boston College in a couple years. He's on the draft watch for the first round for 2019. And he's just a great student of the game.
Jackson Alexander is another young player to watch. Selected in the first round of the 2016 WHL Bantam Draft by Swift Current, he's also opted to play in the BCHL to keep his scholarship eligibility.
I just feel for myself it's probably a better route for me. There's longer time to develop and you get a great education out of it. And yeah, just a couple more years to play, and I think it's a lot better route this day for me. So.
We mentioned the veteran core, and helping to steer the course and provide a solid role model to the young rookies is Victoria native Marty Westhaver.
All our older guys, we all know that we have 2 young 16-year-olds on our team that are still in grade 11 at high school, and we have to show them that hockey's fun and you can goof around, but you got to be able to show up to the rink every day and work and focus and get ready to play a game, and it's a job which is the best job there is.
The big thing is definitely for the team. Like we want to get going. We want to, obviously improve our record, and we want to win the Island Division and then go on to, win as much as we can. And for me, just keep helping the team out any way I can. Keep playing the way that I know I can, and then hopefully, points will come with that, and everything will come with that.
I like what I see. If we don't get ahead of ourselves or take for granted how precious it is to win a hockey game in this league, we should have success.
With the right mix and a coach who knows how to stir the pot, this could be a very good season for the Grizzlies. And keep an eye on Newhook and Alexander because they too could go all the way. We're back at Bear Mountain. I'm with Rob Reed. He's with Runners of Compassion. Now, Rob, tell me a little more about the charity element of this event.
Well, as a local business, we really want to step up when it comes to corporate social responsibility. So I started a nonprofit called Runners of Compassion, and we funnel a lot of our charity work through the store, through that society. And one of the programs which today's race is going to benefit is Shoes for Youth. And it's a program for a lot of us growing up that didn't have the opportunities. We couldn't have the right sporting equipment. Shoes for Youth allows kids at the school level, through counselors and people teaching PE, to help that one child or two or three in the classroom that needs a foot up as far as the right footwear for activity, because we want to keep kids healthy and fit so they can come out and participate in this race one day too. So Shoes for Youth underwrites the cost of shoes for kids that need some help.
Excellent. Now, how long have you been doing this, and how expansive is the program? Are you involved in other events as well?
Well, we started this program, Shoes for Youth, in the 90s. So it's run through the schools, and they contact Runners of Compassion, and we're able to help the kids out. And it's just one of numerous things we do. I'm a little ADHD when it comes to getting involved in things outside just selling a shoe.
Yep.
So, we do get involved in the homelessness cause in town. Making a difference. We just helped fund a film that was done, a documentary that we took to Ottawa with the film director. And so it's a matter of being engaged, at the community level so the runners can participate and really feeling good about not just getting winning times, but actually giving back to our community.
That's great. Well, thank you very much for your assistance and good luck with your program.
We'll see you out there.
We're going to head up island right now for more Junior A hockey.
The Alberni Valley Bulldogs have been playing hockey in Port Alberni since 2002, and during that time there have certainly been changes. But the 2017 season sees more new faces than ever before, both on and off the ice.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017-2018 Alberni Valley Bulldogs!
We wanted more skill. That was the number one thing we identified right away, is that I watched a lot of game tape over the summer, and whenever you come into a new scenario, you want to put, I guess, your little bit of your stamp on things, but there's a way that we wanted to play the game, and in order to play that way, you got to have a certain type of player.
You know what, change is good. Sometimes it can be difficult, but I think change is good. We've got a complete turnover in our hockey operations side from head coach, assistant coach, and trainer. And we've hired a new director of business operations as well.
There's another change that could prove significant. Rick Chevink, director of scouting for the team, has added another role, director of player development.
My role with the team, which will be somewhat new from years past, is more related to what I do with the Skills Academy, which is one-on-one stuff. So when I have a chance to sit with the players and they suggest to me what their goals and objectives are, combined with what the coaches identify as perhaps areas to improve in their game, that's where I'll come in with these players. We'll hit the ice together. There'll be more short training sessions, if you will, repetition.
For us, we know that those individual skills, you've got to work on them every day in order to put them into a team environment and in order to put them into game action.
We have a young team. We only have 4 or 5 returning players, so we'll see how this plays out. You do rely on veteran players to some degree, but it gives also the 18 and 19-year-olds a chance to step up to the plate and show us what they've got, and it's their turn.
Really excited to see what the players are going to bring, because the coaches have been delivering the systems, teaching them the systems that they need them to operate under, and I think they're doing a really outstanding job.
There's a lot of excitement, around the group. Like you said, it's a lot of new faces, both on and off the ice. It's a fresh outlook for people. It's a new attitude within the dressing room.
I'm pleased with the culture that he's creating in the dressing room. I'm really excited. It's a younger, more dynamic era for us.
the character of the people we brought in are from winning programs. And, you know, and that means a lot for me. You know, as guys that expect to win when they come to the rink, they expect to be successful, and if you have that, I mean, that's half the battle.
They came oh so close. At the end of the 2016 playoff campaign, there was a strong possibility the Clippers would not be returning to Nanaimo, but instead be sold off to Campbell River. That didn't happen, but a long-term future of the Harbor City holding on to their BCHL team seemed in doubt, unless the franchise could find a new owner.
I'd like to introduce you to Wes and Penny Musio. They have decided to take over the ownership of the club.
Musio was the previous owner of the Junior B Delta Ice Hawks. He sold that team so he could upgrade to the Nanaimo Clippers.
Basically, I've always wanted to be at the top level, and it was nice to have a Junior B hockey team, but definitely, you know, if you have a Junior A hockey team, it's looked on much better. And so when I went through Junior B, I thought, well, you know, I'd rather be at a higher level, and that's why I decided about 2.5 years ago to start looking for a Junior A hockey team, and finally managed to purchase one.
Well, it's a very exciting news for us. Obviously, this brings long-term stability to the club. We have an owner coming in with new passion, new money, who wants the team to succeed. He wants the team to stay in town.
I'm not the type of guy that'll come into a community and just take out you know, their heart and soul, especially you know, in the Clippers who've been around over 45 years. So what you do is, if you did that, you know, you'd look like the worst person imaginable. So that is not happening.
Well, I think it just reinforces the commitment of the Clippers organization and what it means to this community. We spent a lot of time last year and a lot of hard nights trying to figure out a way how to keep this team in town, because it was very close to leaving. Thankfully, all the effort that we put in has succeeded.
One of the flares I think I do have is I've got a good eye for talent, and I'm also got the financial background to ensure we can do the necessary scouting and recruiting to get the best players in. So I plan to compete with some of the best teams in this league and have a really good on-ice product.
Musio will be a hands-on owner, wanting to participate in the daily activities of his Junior A team. His first priority is to observe and evaluate.
As a good business owner, you don't come in and start rocking the boat until you actually understand the demographics of the team, because there could be some really good things that initially don't look that good, or vice versa. You might find some things that look good which ultimately are not. So you'd be crazy to sit there and just completely change around things until you understand the process, and you can learn from the process and understand how you can get it better and improve the product. So right now, it's just a matter of evaluation for a few months at the minimum.
I can only see this as a positive moving forward. The money injected off the ice as well as on the ice is going to be a huge boost. Hopefully we can reinvigorate the city, the citizens, and all our fans to make sure that this is a place to be on a Friday and Saturday night.
You're watching VI Sports on Shaw TV.
All right, we're back on Bear Mountain for the 10K run. Let's actually talk to some of these crazy competitors. Tell me, ladies, why are you doing this?
Seemed like a good idea over a glass of wine.
Okay. And yourself?
I heard the food was really good at the end.
Because I like to run right now, and they say this is Canada's hardest 10K.
Tell me, why do you come out and do this?
Because it's local, it's tough, but we have fun, and this is her first time doing it, so we didn't want to let her run on her own today.
Well, I'm from here. I ran it 3 years ago, but my dad is from Fredericton, so he's all the way from Fredericton to run it.
Did they tell you this was going to be, the most grueling 10K in Canada?
That's what he told me, yeah.
Okay.
The main reason I came out to see his my new granddaughter.
Okay.
She's 3.5 months old.
No, I've never done it before. I've actually never done a 10K before.
And I'm in the same boat. No preparation at all.
And you, did they tell you it's the most grueling 10K run in Canada?
Yes, they did, yeah. So we're well prepared.
I've done the run 4 times. It's a great community event.
I'm doing this because it's an adventure, it's a goal, it's an objective. It just gets me off the couch. I knew I had this in front of me, so I knew I had to go out and do some training.
How long have you been doing these events?
Well, I've been running since 1985. I did my first 10K in 1985, but life wore on the body, and eventually I did 20 marathons when I was running. But I can't run anymore, so I want to participate, and this helps.
What about the exercise? What about...
Mountains in here? I hear there's a few mountains, few little bumps. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But...
Did they tell you this is the toughest 10K run in Canada?
No, they told me that it was the easiest 10K in Canada, and so I signed up. And then I got an email from them saying that it was the toughest 10K in Canada. So I'm here, and I'm really, really looking forward to it.
And how about yourself? You looking forward to it? The weather's not quite cooperating, but you know.
But this is BC, and we just want to be out and about and having fun.
Beautiful setting. You drive all the way up the mountain, so that's a bit concerning. You kind of get to see what you're getting yourself into.
Well, you ladies are definitely dressed for the occasion. What brings you out here, and what inspired your interesting outfits?
We just like to have fun. If you're gonna run, you should have fun.
There you go. Now, have you done this before? It's the most grueling 10K run. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, it's our 11th year of coming, and we dress up every year just because it's not a fun run, so we make it fun by doing this.
Yeah, I like coming out to these events because these guys make me do this. They don't make me, I just do it because it's fun.
All right.
Here we go.
Have fun. So off they go, 500 odd strong, and we're going to be having much more from this event, so stick around. But right now we're actually going to take to the gridiron and Ken Hurricane Hines.
Welcome, sports fans, to the Spectrum Community School in Saanich, where today football action is the main attraction on VI Sports. Head coach, Varsity Juniors, this is Ryan Rudy Felsted. Tell me a little bit about the program. Who first started it 5 years ago?
Actually, Roy Bollinger was the one who brought the funding in. He is now back with Mount Doug. He's a big help in the football community around here. I came in last year, and they asked me to be the head coach of the juniors this year, so I stepped up to the plate.
It's Noah McMillan. And how old are you, Noah?
I'm 14.
He's 14 years old, and he is the junior quarterback for the Spectrum Thunder. Well, what do you think it is that your skill set brings to the game?
My elusiveness and my speed.
Do you like to get out of the pocket and run?
Yeah. Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Do you mind throwing a few balls to me here?
Sure. Down, set, hut.
I'm okay. I just need a cup of coffee. I'm okay. The kid throws the bullet. We're here now with Stu Jenks, offensive lineman. He plays for the juniors, he plays for the seniors, he does everything. Why do you come out to the games? Why do you practice so hard? Why do you put yourself through this incredible physical workout?
Well, I just really love contact sports, and I hope I could get to college level. It'd be really great to get a paid-for education.
As I've told the boys earlier, I played a little football myself. I'm known for that, but I wouldn't mind going one-on-one with you. I mean, you're just a little kid, right? And I'm just an older fella, right?
Ken! Jeez. Step aside, please. Are you all right?
No.
Come on, work with me!
Thank you. He's a good guy. Tough as nails. Tough as nails. Hurricane Hines with Darren Vox. And he is the senior coordinator, the head coach for the senior part of the Spectrum Community Football team.
I've been with the team from a small capacity, now the head coach in the last 4 years. So I guess giving birth to a football player is what brought me to the team. We teach them a lot of discipline. I mean, I think there's a lot of other characteristics that they learn from the game of football. Right from spring camp, they get to meet a lot of fellow teammates that are going to be classmates and that type of thing. So a lot of the young men we have that have a lot of that extra energy, I think it's good for them to sort of release it out at football. It helps them focus a lot more on school and on schoolwork. And
I'm with Cam Ross right now. He's a wide receiver of the senior team here at the incredible Spectrum Community School. Wide receiver. What does that mean? What does that mean for you? What is your main mission in life?
Well, we've been running the ball a lot, so a lot of blocking.
How old are you?
16.
You're 16 years of age. How tall?
5'8".
Yeah, let's see your vertical leap. What do you got? Let's see yours, Ken. Wait. How's that? I am with
Liam Stoker.
Liam Stoker. If that isn't a football name, there isn't a football. That is a great football name, my little brother. You're looking across the line at this guy.
Yeah.
Do you psychologically try and get inside their head?
You use a little bit of noises to like throw them off. So,
For example, give me some noises.
Well, the whole line would meow at them to like kind of throw them off a little bit.
So what happens when you get down and one of the guys from the other team is down there, you're on top of the stuff going down there in that pile of people, all those bodies mashed around?
Yeah,
what happens?
A few punches get thrown.
Punches get thrown down there. So that is nasty business we're talking. That's a nasty side of football.
Yeah.
That football players know.
The trenches.
That is the trenches, right? And you still got great hair after all that. So, yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Go watch you play a little bit now.
Sounds good.
Thanks for being on there. Mr. Stoker.
Thank you.
A real football guy, real football name. Love having you on the show.
Awesome.
The kind of man I am dressed to get out there and play a little bit. You mind if I go out there and run around with these little kids for a while?
Yeah, I have no problem with that, Hurricane.
Alexandra, the paramedic, will ensure that none of these guys get hurt because I am a bit of an animal when I come to playing football.
Let's give Hurricane a nice simple dive up the middle, up against Stu.
Take a knee, take a knee.
Take a knee. I just don't know what to do with you anymore.
I gotta do this for the team. I gotta get back up.
Oh my God.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Who hit me? What's his number?
Wide out. Let's get him a pass.
All right. Interference. Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor. Okay, you guys gotta give me some protection. Okay, guys, that shouldn't happen. You guys, we'll do this again. Come on, one more time. 88! Down! Oh, you made the tackle! Oh, the tackle! You want some more of that? Come down the guy. Ready? For VI Sports, Spectrum Thunder, bring it in, boys! Bring it in! Bring it in, guys! Who are we? Spectrum! Who are we? Spectrum! Who are we? Spectrum! Who's gonna go all the way? Spectrum! Who can say VI Sports rocks? VI Sports rocks!
Well, that just about wraps it up for this episode, but before we leave you, we're going to talk to Julian, our first place finisher here at the 10K run. What was it like?
I was expecting worse. You know, everyone says it's the worst one. I'm like, okay. I just after the first hill, I thought, oh, I got legs left, so let's power through. And I don't know, I never run. I'm a rower.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was my first race, second race ever. I raced in 2005 running, and then a buddy of mine just like challenged me and said, hey, you gotta come. So I said, okay, whatever. I didn't know what to expect. So super surprised and happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the hardest part of the event?
Going downhill. Like I'm pretty heavy. So as I said, I'm an Olympic rower, and I'm heavy, and I'm not used to going downhill. I was like really fast going uphill. Got the engine, you know, the diesel. I got all those little guys up the hill, but then going downhill, I was just like too heavy, and my knees and my quads were seizing. So Going downhill was definitely the toughest part.
But obviously you had a lot of fun with it.
Oh yeah. It was fun. It's just a beautiful venue, like well organized. Well done to the organizers because it's like easy to go. I don't know the course. I was running, didn't know where to go. It was pretty clear. So no, like well done guys, and I'm super. I'll come back next year.
Alrighty, well congratulations.
Thanks.
That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Mark Robertson. We will see you next time.